Hey guys, it's Karen and I have a new foundation to review. It's the Bourjois City Radiance. I showed this in a haul picture on Instagram and Snapchat and you guys wanted a review of it. And this is a first impressions review, as always with me. I've worn this now 3 times and I'm really enjoying it. I bought it because I do like the Bourjois foundations, most of them. Actually saying that, do I? Do I like all of them? Because I know I don't like the healthy mix ones that much. I'm trying to think of the one that I used the most. Oh, it's the Bourjois CC cream. That's what I was thinking of. I absolutely love their CC cream. So I was very interested in this. And recently my skin hasn't been, well actually in the last month or so I've had oily skin. It's probably useful for you to know my skin type anyway. It's not gone as extremely oily as it is by nature. My medication has helped that. But I stopped my medication for a while and it's got a bit oily again. But then now I'm on the downward slope towards it being more normal. So I've been able to experiment with radiance type foundations and highlighters and luminous primers and things like that, which has been really interesting to me. So I bought this thinking, oh, it'd be nice to have a kind of radiance luminous type foundation because it's not the type of foundation I usually go for. I normally go for a matte one. So what I'll do is I'll read the claims, I'll tell you the price and the colours available and tell you what I think about the claims, and then I've got it on today, of course. I did actually remember to put it on today, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I got mine in Boots. There is currently an offer on, which is a free gift when you spend £12 or more on Bourjois. I don't know if this is any less expensive in Superdrug, but in Boots it is £9.99. That's how much mine was, £9.99. On the front here it says skin protecting foundation with a brightening effect. The protecting part I think is it's got an SPF 30, which is really good. It says it's got an anti-pollution screen and radiance boosting pigments, fresh and even complexion. So it doesn't look like there's many claims on the Boots website here. City Radiance foundation contains SPF 30, has an anti-pollution screen that reduces the presence of carbon particles in the skin, resulting in a fresh and luminous complexion. Hydrates for 24 hours and gives a light to medium coverage. Yes, there's not really anything there I can disagree with in that first part of it, because it does have an SPF 30. Whether it hydrates for 24 hours or not, I would suggest that it does. My problem with this has actually been that it makes me look oily within a couple of hours. So I would suggest that it does hydrate and gives a light to medium coverage. I would agree with that. I like a medium to full coverage. So actually this has been okay for me just using one layer. I haven't had to build it up too much. I've probably put a bit more powder like in my T-zone, but yeah, I would agree, light to medium coverage. There are 6 colours in this. I've got 03. The only thing is there's 6 colours, but I seem to remember with Bourjois that in the shops they only put the top 3 colours, the lightest colours. So if you're looking for the darker end, you might need to order it online, which is a bit annoying because then you can't test the colour, you know. I seem to feel like they only ever have 3 colours out in their foundations, but I could be wrong. And certainly with this one and the shop that I went into, they did only have 3 colours out. I'm going to see if there's anything else on the Bourjois website. Okay, I did look on the Bourjois website to see if I could find the ingredients, and I couldn't. I finally found it underneath the little, this is the tag that gives the colour, and underneath, in that tiny writing in there, is the ingredients. I thought that it was a case they had to put the ingredients on it somewhere. And so there's a few interesting things to let you know about the ingredients. Firstly, the titanium dioxide is the sunscreen, so that is a mineral sunscreen. So if you prefer a mineral sunscreen, that's got that in it. It's not a chemical sunscreen. Glycerin is the moisturising ingredient, so that's the thing that's going to give hydration. It does have silica in it, silicones in it. Let me have a look. I'm pretty sure I saw dimethicone. Yeah, it does have some silicone in it, but not an awful lot. It does have fragrance, but it's very, very low on the list, so I wouldn't worry about that. It does not have any parabens in it, and it does not have any alcohol in it. It wasn't very easy to get those ingredients, but they're all listed on there. I'm surprised I could even see that with my glasses on. So how was it as a foundation? I think it's an absolutely beautiful foundation and I love it. I love the packaging. I love packaging like this that is really lightweight and plastic and in a tube. I really like that. It applied lovely. It's really soft on the skin. It doesn't feel like a heavy foundation. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing much foundation at all. It feels more like putting on a moisturiser, but it's still got substance to it. It still gives you coverage. I used a Morphe flat-ended, like a buffing brush, you know. I can't remember the number of it. I used that the first day. I tried it with my beauty blender the second day. Not so great with the beauty blender because you get a very light coverage. Because it's a light to medium, I feel like with my brush I could get good coverage, but with the beauty blender, if you only wanted a real light coverage, then this would be a good one to use. So yes, it felt lovely going on. It blended out very well. It didn't look streaky or anything like that. I just unfortunately don't think it's for us oily girls, because within probably an hour to 2 hours my skin was oily, and my skin is currently, I do have oily skin, but I have found that my foundation will last until way past lunchtime, even with my current oily skin, with maybe a little bit of oil breakthrough in my T-zone. But with this, it was like all around here, you know, this is one place where it gathers on me when I get oily, and I can see already there it's starting to look a bit oily. Now it may be that you guys may look at me and say, well actually no, it just looks radiant. But there's a very fine line between radiant and oily when you have oily skin, and some of it is perception, but some of it is also, it does bring out the oil in your skin. So I know that this area here and here is going to be oily within an hour to 2, and I'll need to blot, and that's what I did. I used blotting paper on my skin and I could see that it was making me oily, whereas when I've used other foundations this week I haven't had that effect. So it's such a shame because it is such a beautiful foundation. I think it does look really radiant, but I can't see where I would wear it other than maybe going out for a meal with my husband, where I wouldn't mind, you know, where I wouldn't be out for very long, and so I wouldn't mind if it looked a little bit, if I looked a little bit shiny in a few hours. I do set it with powder. I have set this with my Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation, and I also used the Laura Mercier Loose Minerals powder to set it with. So I do think you need to set it, not regardless, because if you've got dry skin you might not like to set it with powder, but definitely if you've got oily or normal skin I think you need to set it. Apart from it making me oily, it did actually stay on pretty well. So I kept it on for the day, and after I had blotted, it was still, it didn't take the foundation off. You know, sometimes with foundations that make you oily, you can blot and find that you've no foundation left at the end of the day, or it looks really, really horrible and scaly by the end of the day. But this one didn't look too bad. Obviously it didn't look perfect, but it didn't look too bad. It kept it looking okay. That if I blotted it and put some more powder over it, it looked nice again. Let me give you a close-up just now, because I don't know whether I can't remember whether I filmed me putting it on or not. So I'll give you a close-up of my face, so you can see. I'm just seeing it looks a little bit kind of patchy there actually, but so you can see what it looks like. Now obviously I've got a kind of glowy blush on, but it's definitely one where you can see it does give you a bit of radiance, and bearing in mind I've put powder over this, I think that it's really pretty. It's a really, really pretty foundation, and I think if you've got dry skin, I suspect dry skin girls are going to love this foundation. I should say, despite it giving me oily skin, it has not broken me out. It's only been a week, but with anything that was going to break me out, I would feel the little pimples under my skin immediately. So it hasn't broken me out. It hasn't like clogged my skin or anything like that. It just makes it more oily. So I think I've covered everything. Feel free to ask any questions if I haven't. Let me know if you've used this and enjoyed it, and what type of skin you've got, and what type of skin you think it's suited to. The rundown of my makeup. Obviously I've got this on as a foundation. The blush is MAC Whisper of Pink. I think it's called Whisper of Pink. On my eyes is MAC Pigments. It is the Pink Opal pigment and Heritage Rouge pigment, and then I've got the Fleur lashes on, the 3/4 type. On my lips is a Maybelline lipstick in the pink, and then this beautiful Revlon lip gloss on top in 385, I think. 525, nothing like 385, 525. I can't read what it says, and I don't think I would be able to even with my glasses on, to be honest. Maybe rose something. I'll try and list it for you below anyway, and I think that's everything. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.